What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Trop-cast. This is episode 56. We hope everyone is at home, keeping safe, keeping well, and I hope all your family are doing well as well, and hopefully we can bring you some entertainment, get your mind a little bit away from what's going on. We have a jam-packed show for you. We've got lots of news, good and bad, and we're also going to be talking a little bit about mental health at the end and mental health awareness, and we've got some massive announcements. I'm going to introduce the usual crew. We've got Paddy Toner. What's happening, Paddy?
Hello. I'm a bit giddy. Excited. I'm excited. It's good to be here. It's good to have a little show to come and break up the week for us, since we're all being gamers and locked inside. There's no other reason for it. I'm just here inside anyway. Sure.
Why not?
It's great to have an excuse, I suppose. I'm being safe. I'm not leaving the house. I'm
a member of society.
I've been practicing for social distance my whole life.
I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing with gamers. We're kind of like, this is our chance to go and have a look at our backlog. And the problem is, instead of being steered away from gaming, you get like a spring sale on PSN. You're like, ooh, more games to play, as if you need any more. No. So you've been enjoying yourself anyway. All things considered.
Yeah, flat out busy, to be honest. We're keeping the place afloat and keeping going, keeping the head down and going forward. That's what we want right here.
We're going to be announcing a couple of massive things that happened this week. We will do that after we introduce the rest of the crew. John, too old for gaming, Fogarty. What's happening, my friend?
Hey everybody. I hope everybody's keeping safe. I'm doing pretty good. Flat out myself, doing a few things here and there. I'm doing like daily content over on the other channel because just to keep people entertained during the lockdown. That's the whole idea. But flat out doing stuff for the Republic, and it's kind of, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but it's kind of just the norm for me. I was kind of I know I mightn't seem like it, but I'm actually kind of in real life I'm kind of a bit of an introvert, and I kind of like I do stay in and do kind of stuff myself, so it's not very much different for me.
Sweet. So keeping well, that's the main thing. Aidan McCallion, what's happening, dude?
Not so much. Things have been going pretty well. Luckily, I still have work to keep me busy and a lot of good games. I wrote my first article for the Republic of Players site, if anyone wants to check that out.
Congrats, dude.
The most nervous I've been about maybe anything I've done in the past 10 years.
It's going out to a crowd.
Sorry, we got Udaming editing, so you're happy enough.
It is nice to have someone make my writing look better.
Yes.
Does it for all of us.
Udaming has been doing that for years.
Yeah, I'm very thankful. Someone makes my crap look better.
What's crap at all? You might as well tell us a little bit about Aidan. What was it about?
I wrote about the top 5 anime I think that would be good for passing time during the quarantine.
Yeah,
nice one.
I haven't a clue about anime, and that's great to have somebody in that's into that, because there's loads of people who love it, and that's great to have somebody in that loves it as well.
You should check out Attack on Titan, and I think you'd like it.
Great show. I don't even watch much anime, but I do watch that. Yeah, it's class.
Yeah, I think you'd like it.
Is Dragon Ball Z considered anime? Yeah.
Yes.
That's the close thing that I like. I love Dragon Ball Z.
And I might be giving out for this, but I actually like the live action of Attack on Titan. I think it's that same thing where it's I know, but it's related to something like a piece of art, and it's like I'm going to watch this anyway.
I thought you were going to say you like the live action version of Dragon Ball.
No. Attack on Titan.
That's what the giggle was about.
Suddenly I'm in my other podcast.
yeah, there you go.
We talk about that live action Dragon Ball movie every week.
It's a freaking disaster.
It's so bad.
The top's coming off.
That's a lovely top, Paddy. Could the people at home get that?
Where can you get one of those tops, Patrick?
My house.
Not right now.
Teesprings. Actually, probably have the link here. I'll put the link in the chat right now. Buy one. No, all proceeds go back into the community for tournaments. Tournaments.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat might tell me, how the hell do you get rid of the cursor on OBS? I can't seem to get rid of it, but we'll continue on with the show. I'll try and keep it away from annoying people.
Hey, cursor.
Yeah, but what we're going to do now is we have a couple of announcements that we're going to tell everyone in the community. I will say the first one that I'm highly involved with them all, but The one that we're organising for this weekend is a FIFA tournament. It's a community FIFA tournament, the Republic of Players Champions League, we call it. We do it every year. It's a paid-in tournament. It's 10 quid. I think there's one space left. There is 16 players, 16 of the best in the community. We'll battle it out. We're going to be doing live commentary. It's going to be streamed to the Republic of Players community, and you know, there's just a good buzz and a good community aspect around FIFA that we always try and take advantage of. So hopefully that you'll join us for that.
Yeah. Hopefully the plan to expand on tournaments every week will be that we're going to try different games. I'm probably going to start off with 4 games for the month, so 1 every week. What happened there? Am I cut out?
No, it's okay. You're still there.
No. There was a noise there. Just cut out. It was after put me off. What was that?
Who was it?
So it's gonna be like we're thinking of COD, we're thinking of Forza, we're definitely doing FIFA anyway. And so we're gonna have a tournament every week, and everyone hopefully get everybody involved and grow the community and head towards a little bit esporty kind of way, like doing commentating on the games, bringing the community together and having a bit of fun basically with tournaments. Yeah, and maybe leading up to doing some LAN parties and stuff like that. Like we're heavily linked to we're on Insomnia page now, stuff like that. So hopefully that happens. What else are we doing, Ron?
Yeah, so I suppose you're talking about like what games are we going to be looking at? Call of Duty, FIFA. I put a message in as well about Rocket League, and Rocket League seems to be very popular. I personally love it. I platinumed it on the PlayStation when it first came out, and I do see it's built for that esports scene because you can create your own team, you can create tournaments within the game, and it's perfect for those quick tournaments every couple of or every month. We're going to be running one. So after FIFA, we're going to be doing a Rocket League tournament. So hopefully some COD Warzone or COD something is similar to it. Hopefully that. And COD is free this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's free this weekend. That you get jump in the multiplayer. Which if you take a shot at it, I enjoy the multiplayer when you're not doing the Warzone to get the aim right, because you can do it a lot quicker than you can do in Warzone, where obviously say you run around shooting like mad.
You get maybe 4 hours to play it after you download that 120 gigs.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, there you go.
Games this way are getting a bit ridiculous, but it's worth it to play it, I suppose. I hate that when you turn it on a Friday or something's like 20 gig download or something. It's not too bad now. My internet's not too bad.
Yeah,
I can feel people prefer. I think that's for the tournament side anyway.
Yeah, so we had
I got a real sickening today. A friend of mine who lives in the middle of nowhere has 140 meg down, and me on the main road has 7.
Oof.
11.
I hate you, Shimmy. I hate you so much.
Okay, so the next announcement, I'm going to let Paddy do it. We have a couple of new members coming on to the team, Paddy.
Yeah, Auntie Tinkerbell is joining Team Republic. She's going to be taking over the stream team for us, and she's going to be helping our own streamers and hopefully a lot more streamers in Ireland to build a network and to help content be seen more in Ireland, because we think it's a little far behind the rest of the world. As you know, gaming is only coming to the forefront of Ireland the last couple of years, and we really need to try everyone get together and to push everybody that wants to be a content creator. And this is the way forward. And she's a very talented individual, and she's going to help us a lot. We've also brought on All Cast Irish Gamers are going to come around and help us as well, and within the event scene. Awesome. And they're going to help push content. We're going to try and make some content together and push it. And so is the Guild of Nerds as well. They're coming under us, in a sense, where they're going to help us. We're all just going to try and do the same thing, like have a common goal and get gaming to the forefront. That's the mission here at the Republic. And that's why we're going on to the likes of Insomnia, that we're partnering with them for stuff. And we're also partnering with another announcement is they were doing a 24-hour stream for Jigsaw. That's going to happen Saturday week. We're in the middle of the process of developing that now. It's going to be done from my home place here, since we can't go anywhere else. And we're going to be having all different streamers from all over Ireland. We're going to have all different games played through the whole day. We're going to do a special podcast. We're probably going to have people on from Jigsaw to talk about mental health. It's been a very, very busy week. But it's good. I love being busy. I love to have goals, and we're going to try and set them out and keep going. And obviously the podcast is going to keep going alongside everything. And just go on.
Yeah, no, sorry for cutting over you there. Just anyone that doesn't know All Cast Irish Gamers or Anti-Tinkerbell, go and check those guys out. Anti-Tinkerbell is a partner for Mixer, which is a massive Microsoft platform. And to be quite honest with you, she is very, very good at what she does. She's a full-time streamer. She's a professional in her field, and she's going to be taking over, the stream team and pushing the streaming side of things for Trop forward. And we're delighted to have her on board. All Cast, again, they bring something different. They have a more kind of a comedic content, and we've always been good friends with All Cast and always kind of work closely with them. So it's great to just have them, side by side and getting everyone on board. I think, Paddy, like when we started the Republic, you always mentioned like it was all about like building, the scene within Ireland, and I think what's happening in the last couple of weeks is terrible for a lot of people, and it's such a strange time to be alive. But what we want to let everyone know is we're going to continue to push this, continue to build our community, to continue to have a place where people can come and talk about video games or talk about anime or talk about anything they want really, in a safe environment. And I think that's the one thing that we do better than anyone else, is to create that safe environment for people to come and talk about their love.
I kind of like to say as well, like a lot of people, I see people sharing videos like that. People put a lot of time and effort into making these videos, and people don't really seem to realize that, and they don't give it the time of day because they're massive. They don't have massive numbers. But there's people out there that have great content and are not getting seen. And I think that everyone should pull together and drop people. Just watch it and give it a shot.
Exactly,
why not? Like, we give someone a little time of day. Some people take hours and hours and hours and hours of their day to make a video, and then they get one like and they love it or whatever. But I think they deserve a little bit more attention. I think it should take a lot away from the content creators. I'm not saying just give them the time.
You're cutting close to home, Paddy.
Yeah, I know I am, John. I know I am. But that's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Is like Irish people really need to band together and give people the time of day, because we don't have it here yet, and we need to get it. And that's really the purpose of what we've all started here at the Republic. It's always been to get content creators seen in Ireland, and we're going to continue to do it. I'm not going to stop. We're not going to stop until it happens. We're on the way to do it, hopefully.
And
here.
We're obviously hoping that this podcast becomes bigger and better, and the fact that we do have all this stuff happening in the background, this podcast will be basically our way of telling you what's going on in the background, and we're just going to keep growing this podcast, keep building on the production. Paddy's going to do some hosting as well, maybe one week, and I'll do hosting the next week, so we're going to try and change it up. Look, it's an exciting time. There's been stages with the Republic of Players that have been exciting, and you can see the changes, and that we're in one of them now. So it's exciting that we're actually all banding together and working really hard. And I think that kind of goes to what we'll be talking about a little bit later on with the mental health, is to stay busy and find something that will take up your time, and don't sit in your house isolated and not doing anything. Make sure you give yourself something to create or something to work towards. So it's been a great help for me, to be honest. So guys, we will move on to the what we're playing section. I'm going to let Paddy Toner go first. Feck all.
I played, what did we play? I played a bit with John this week. John, what were we playing? What's the word? Gang Beast. Me and John. It's on John's channel. Awesome. Two old for gaming, and it was the best crack I've had in a long time. Me and John were sitting talking for a good solid hour and a half, and then I said, John, will we do some content or something? Make something productive here? And he says, yeah, we'll try and download this game and play Gang Beast. And we had the greatest crack ever. I'm telling you, it's one of the best games for a group of people to play, because it's just pure madness. You don't know what's going on. We didn't even know the controls for half the game. So
we tried with a keyboard and mouse first, and that just
definitely check out that video on 2 Old for Gaming. That's TOOLD for the number gaming.
You forgot that but it's okay.
Oh no! Don't forget the O. And what else did I play? I played a bit of Resident Evil 7. I put that back in for a stream, and I love it. To be honest, it's weird. I haven't played the game in about a year and a half, but as soon as you play it, you start remembering everything that you're supposed to do. I knew where everything was. I knew where to go. I end up getting frustrated then towards the end of it, but towards the end of the stream, I end up going, I'm just raiding someone. This is over. I kept dying. What else did I play? I think that's a COD as well. And what else? I was playing a bit of Jackbox as well on stream. That was pretty good fun. I was trying to find out loads of good streaming games to play with your viewers. It's a great crack. All I can say is from it, I know people are very they like to I don't know how to say it. they're dirty. That's, in a PG fashion. I was like, someone here needs to get a bit of loving or something. I don't know what's going on. It was very dirty. Very dirty.
Yeah. That's just a human condition, man.
You hated every minute of it, I'd say.
I did. I was like, this is hard, man. I was putting them in myself.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, really. Thanks very much, Rob.
John Fogarty.
I love a good question.
John Fogarty.
I've been playing, as Paddy was saying, I played a bit of Gang Beasts with Paddy. It was, he said it, one of the best crack I've had playing a game in a while. It was so much fun. We played throwing people into grinders. We were playing football. We were trying to throw people off ledges and then inadvertently walking off ledges ourselves. It was just, it was just a great time. And again, if you're on your own and you don't have other people to play with to have the game, it mightn't be for you. But if you have a group of you that have that game, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
But what else was I playing? I played a bit with you, Roden. I played a bit of Daisy.
Yeah. Tell the good folks about that.
You're cheating on me, John. Cheating on me.
That's it. No, Ronan was streaming. We decided to play a bit of DayZ. It was fun. It was fun. But the thing was that myself and Ronan were blind going into it. We had no idea what we were doing. And most of it came down to us looking for each other for 95% of the time and dying of dehydration and thirst after about 20 minutes. So it was fun, but it was very hard. But
is there any loot?
Oh yeah, if there was no loot, I wouldn't be there.
I bet you Ronan kept dying because you were looting all the water. No, I don't have anything.
I nearly died because I was dying of thirst, and I found a bottle of water, and I decided to down the whole thing. And when he got about 2/3 of the way through it, he ended up getting sick, and my hunger went down to nothing. So the water I was looking for ages nearly killed me.
Is it Tarkov-ish or what is it?
A little bit.
A little bit. It's Russian. All the signs were in Russian. So I don't know if the game is Russian, but the map is Russian.
It's super hardcore. Like there's, you get dropped in along kind of the east coast, and you could get dropped anywhere, and you have to find each other by out of game maps, pretty much like Tarkov.
Tarkov, yeah.
The way you loot stuff. There's very little loot in it. Like there's rare. It's rare times when you pick stuff up, but it's what I appreciate about it, it was the start of that kind of survival horror game that really kind of took survival games into kind of a hardcore setting. I remember playing it on as the Arma 3 mod, where they released it for free, and I played it then, and I enjoyed what it was trying to do, but it takes a lot of time, and it's permadeath as well. So when you die, you literally just go back to the start and start again.
Remember that game you used to tell me about, Scum?
Scum, yeah.
What happened to that game? That was like a hot cake for a hot minute. It was like here and gone.
I know, and I want to go back to it, to be honest. I really enjoyed myself.
I downloaded it and like I never played it because I had it on the old laptop and I thought, a big man here, I should work on this laptop. Play it, turns it on. Not a bother when it happened.
Ainsley and me were playing it there for a while and really, really enjoyed it. Like it's one of those games.
I'm interested to jump into it.
Yeah, we might jump into one of those.
And just actually, no, the other game we were playing, Ro, if you want, I'll let you talk about it, so I don't talk about both the games.
No worries, dude.
So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
What have you been playing?
I went back to Trails of the Sky. I'm on the second chapter of that now. That I've been playing quite a lot of. I'm still playing a lot of Animal Crossing. That is
talk about Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing is a wonderful slice of sunshine in this dark, dark time.
It seems to be that type of game, alright.
Yeah. It's just there's no stress in that game. It's lovely. Every day I play for about an hour or two. I go on, I catch some butterflies, I fish, I dig up some fossils. I give all these things to an owl that doesn't like bugs but loves fossils, and he puts them into this really nice museum that I can walk around and get explanations for all the things that I've caught. And it's just it's if you've played Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, it has all the hallmarks of those games, but it takes away the stressful idea that you have to get everything done within a certain amount of time. Every day everything's in real time, so nothing changes till the next day, and it gives you all the time in the world to complete the little tasks you need to do day by day. It's really nice. It's the perfect game for this sort of time.
Yeah, I might pick it up. The young lad was looking to pick it up, so I might pick it up on Switch over the weekend.
I'm a big fan.
We actually have a review for that on the site as well, so check that out too. Republican
Players.
Players.
There you go.
And Doom Eternal. It's been a good week.
Been a good week.
Ronan, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of games, lads. I put up on the community that I've had nearly too much time, so I'm kind of going back and forth, and I'm looking on the store, and I'm buying this and I'm buying that, and I play it for 5 minutes, and
we have no money left for the kids. It
That's
doesn't
the truth.
matter. There's no food in the presses, but Jason playing games.
So a couple of games I've been playing on Xbox Game Pass. One with John, we picked up State of Decay 2. And we were playing a little bit of co-op with that. Yeah, really, really good game. Actually, nicer graphics than I initially thought it was.
Yeah.
I played the original, so I kind of knew what I was getting into. But it's a really, really good survival zombie apocalypse game. Like, it really is. It's one of those games where you have your own camp and you can be anyone in the camp, and they all have different traits, and you go out on loot missions and get stuff back and build your camp even more. It's a really good kind of management game, as well as having a decent combat there as well. Aidan, you played it, did you?
I did. I played it like the week it came out.
Yeah, you like it?
Because I really enjoyed that game. It has some nice mechanics.
Yeah.
The interesting people and the way people have their goals and what they want.
We got a bit of fun out of that, and
We did.
I downloaded Ori and the Blind Forest, which is the first game of the kind of the duo games that came out. It's on Xbox Game Pass as well. Beautiful art style.
Fantastic. Just quickly running. Fantastic freaking service, the Game Pass.
Unbelievable, like
Especially now.
And what I love about it on PC is there's a variation of every sort of game, like from Forza Horizon to your kind of top class strategy games to the little kind of fun games like Ori and the Blind Forest. And so I've been playing those games. What else have I been playing? I picked up actually a weird one for me that I pick up every year that people don't really know is the NBA 2K series. So I waited this year to pick up this one for cheap, and on the spring sale it was released for $19.99, down from £70. So that was a really, really good deal, and them games always have a fantastic story mode in it. I was massive into basketball like back in the day, and continue to play those games and appreciate those games. And then on top of that, just a sprinkling of FIFA as always. That's what I've been playing. So back and forth with a lot of things. Actually, the last one that I have been stuck on, and that's probably taken most of my time, is a game called Subnautica. Now, Subnautica it was free on the Epic Store, and it's also on Game Pass as well. So it's available like in a lot of places. But Subnautica is one of these survival games where you get dropped on a planet. It's an ocean planet, and you basically just have to survive. I highly recommend it. I've been streaming it for the last while, so check out that one as well, guys.
Nice. Scariest game I've played in years.
It's scary, and
it's
that's
scary.
Honestly, that's one of my fears, is being under the water and coming across something massive. And when you come across one of these big, squids or something like that. Squids, is that the right way to say it? Probably not.
Squid. I think squid is plural, right?
Squid is plural. Yeah, it sounded wrong anyway. So when you come across when you have the headphones in, you can really hear the headphones just like growling, and it's it is unsettling, but in the best way possible. Really, really different atmosphere than anything I've ever played before. So definitely check out that one.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to news, guys, and the first bit of news is from actually the World Health Organization, who have been, who have been a massive another pun thrown in there, who have been a massive, part of the COVID-19 pandemic. And fair play to anyone working.
They didn't start it, no.
They did, yeah. They're the ones trying to stop it, just to let you know. So the World Health Organization has a complicated relationship with gaming. Back in 2018, the WHO classified gaming disorder as a mental health condition. 2 years later, the COVID-19 crisis has prompted them to make a wild U-turn. As more and more people find themselves housebound, the organisation is recommending gaming together as a strategy to avoid feeling isolated during the coronavirus pandemic. Not only is this a great idea, but it shows that the WHO finally realised that gaming is a multifaceted pastime. So I suppose I'll jump in on this for just a second. I don't think there was any you know, I don't think there was any ill will when they actually classified it as a disorder. I think, you know, it is a disorder. We all know that gaming it can be addictive, and it was just them, you know, classifying it, giving people that maybe are playing for 12 hours a day, you know, a way to actually get some help. So this report is a little bit kind of against the World Health Organization, like you were wrong. I don't think that's the way it is.
No.
I always like to bring the argument though. If you can say that game for 12 hours in addiction, is TV for 12 hours in addiction as well?
Well, no. The difference is there are people. I agree with Ronan on this one. It's because like there are people who like will play games and they'll do it. People get so into because they're very immersive that people who have maybe having a very bad time or they just want to escape their life will just play them all day and like will literally like, especially in Korea with like MMORPGs, like there was literally people who used to die in internet cafes and stuff because it is definitely addictive for people who are in the right mindset to get addicted to them.
It's more addictive, I think, than watching TV because you're connected with it in such a, you know, straight way. Like whatever you're doing is happening on screen.
I think gaming sometimes can give you a false sense of accomplishment, especially you know, the ones that are like you've gained this level, you're this level now, you've gained this, especially, you know, like the RPGs and stuff that you're level 100 and you're after finishing a task. I think that's maybe a false sense of accomplishment. Sometimes that's probably a big reason why people get addicted. That makes up for stuff in your own life.
My 1,600 hours of Dota 2 came from a pretty bad place. I can definitely see what you're talking about there.
Yeah, there you go.
I went through a stage of playing that game for 12 hours every day, and bad.
Yeah, it can be. But anything that you do too much is bad for you. Let's face it.
Yeah, exactly.
You eat too much if something is bad for you. If you do anything too much, it's always bad for you. You have to do it in balance for your life. That's all we can say.
Like I think sometimes when anything is said negative against gaming, because we're so big into it, it's like, what are you saying about my, like, do you know what I mean? There is that kind of defensive, but with the World Health Organization, it's not a media, it's not, you know, trying to throw gaming under the bus. It was actually the media that took it in and said gaming is bad. They didn't actually explain anything.
Yeah, well, that's it's the world we live in. It's clickbait fucking titles.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, guys, is for the first time ever, for me anyway, Paddy's been doing it since day one, but I'm actually going to bring up a tweet from the chairman from the World Health Organization. And as you can see here, he says, we're at a crucial moment in defining outcomes of this pandemic. Games industry companies have a global audience. We encourage all #play a part together. More physical distancing and other measures will help to flatten the curve and save lives. One thing I do like about there is he actually uses physical distance apart from social distancing, because I think that is a wrong term, to be quite honest with you. Physical distance is staying apart. Social distance it feels like don't talk to anyone, or don't, you know, you can still
don't bother.
Some of the messages have been a little bit, you know, skewed, but I mean it happened overnight, so. But I do like the fact.
I do have to agree with with what we said there, with the article says there, because it is good. It is a good way to talk to your friends through the game, and it doesn't matter what the game is, as long as you get. If game is always more fun with other people, 100%. Like if I had to play that Gang Beasts by myself the other day, it wouldn't have been half as good crack if I didn't have John there to bounce off. Do you know what I mean?
But like going to and again, I completely agree. Like going to the second part of that statement, like. What I hope happens, and again, like, because you see freaking politicians and like I himself with the orange hair, like going against freaking gaming and all that. I hope people start to realize that, like, we've known this for years, that like let's take the COVID out of it. Just when you're not in a good place, or even just like you're feeling lonely in general, like gaming, multiplayer gaming is just such a good thing for mental health, just in my opinion. And I think the fact that they've gone back on, not gone back, they've just also added this now from their original statement about it being addictive, which I do agree with. It can be addictive.
Yeah,
I think that shows that it was never meant to be vindictive. Like they're not doing a 180. They're just saying, "Oh yeah, no, we agree."
Let's face it, they're a great organization. If we didn't have them, we could be in a lot more trouble than we are now.
Exactly. We need them right now. Exactly.
Yeah, we do. We definitely need them. Everyone's going by their standards, so it's a good thing to listen to.
Yeah,
like, not listen to politicians, listen to scientists.
Gaming brought us all together. Let's be real.
And I just seen there Ray Chambers is retweeting like stuff from Unity, tweets from Unity, and you know, really supporting it, which is fantastic to see. So fair play to him. Aidan?
100%.
Oh no, that's Sorry.
No, I thought. Sorry, I
Thumbs
thought.
up.
What did
I
I do?
agree with that. I agree with everything you're saying. It's all great.
So Phil Spenser is back in the news, and he's been talking about the coming day one release for the Xbox X series, set to release later this year. Spencer is confident in the next generation of the Xbox making it out on time, despite the setbacks caused by the ongoing pandemic around the world. At this point, we know that the day one launch lineup consists solely of Halo Infinite, Xbox's flagship franchise. When asked about the launch lineup, Spencer skated around the topic, not really confirming anything new, but instead outlining his own beliefs on how Microsoft will be handling the launch. For the momentum of the platform, it's not about any one day, it's about the sustained stream of great games coming from our first party and our third party partners, he said. Spencer went on to comment on how he thought the Xbox One had too many great games on release on launch day. It doesn't really help somebody to have 8 games launched on one day, and I think he can space those out, he said. And those 5 games will be Halo Infinite, Cyberpunk 20...
There's 8 games there.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's not 5 there.
Sorry, 8 games.
No, that's right. You didn't do it wrong. You didn't do it wrong.
That's alright. Gods and Monsters, Lord of the Rings Gollum,
7 games.
Watch Dogs Legion, Senua's Sage, Hellblade 2, and Rainbow Six Quarantine. And there you go.
I know very little about all them games, but that they sound interesting. The Rainbow Six Quarantine, I say, would be good.
I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be badass.
That's gonna be massive, yeah.
Senua's Hellblade 2. If you have never played the first Senua Sacrifice, it's one of the best games I've ever played. It's fantastic.
I remember the thing for
Gods
Gods of
of
Monsters.
Monsters
Yeah,
looks
that looked good. Yeah, that
Pretty.
looked good.
It looks really pretty.
Yeah. He launched another good Lord of the Rings game too.
I disagree heavily with what Phil Spencer said about the Xbox One launch.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god. What it had Rise, that was basically it.
Yeah, exactly. And I said Rise as well. Rise is... It was alright. It was fine, but it wasn't...
It was it. It was a launch game.
Yeah, it was a launch game. It's like
It was
Killzone.
very much a launch game. Yeah.
I
Very much a launch
I
game.
didn't mind Killzone either. But
I didn't mind it either.
A lot of people
Killzone was good.
a lot of people rag on that Killzone. What was it called? Gorilla something, wasn't it, or something?
No, Guerrilla's the developer.
Oh yeah, true. Because Killzone, I can't remember what it's called. But
Is it Liberation?
I can't remember.
That was the
honestly.
PSP game, I think.
But it was very
It's a
good.
really good game.
Yeah, it's
Well, no, it
good.
wasn't very
Very
good. It was
good.
fine. It was fine.
It was very much a politician's answer anyway. You can see like he's jumping. They never say anything properly until it's actually in stone. They're better off not doing anything because they don't really know what's going to proper come out today on proper release either. So
Yeah.
that's what they have
But
to
honestly,
do.
like, I disagree. I'm no, sorry. I agree with what you disagree with.
I agree with you. Disagree.
I do think there is truth in the fact that you don't need to release all 8 games or like everything you have on day one. I think there is definitely a strategy there of only releasing some of them and then staggering them out because people might be able to buy everything on day one. So staggering them out, actually, I don't think is a bad tactic.
No, that's good.
When you have Halo instead of Rise, you can release things a lot more sparsely.
Rise Son of Rome had some hype towards it. It's just that when it came out, people were like, "Oh, this is basically a QTE game."
Yeah, but that's the thing. It was a perfect launch game because it looked pretty, but it played like the most boring thing since sliced bread. Or boring since sliced bread. Sorry.
Hey, what's wrong with
You leave
sliced
sliced
bread?
bread alone.
Alone.
I was trying to think of the most boring thing ever. I was like,
Why are you
sliced
trying
bread.
to? You like slicing your bread, do you? Waste of time.
So Gearbox are in the news once again. This company, my God. So Gearbox, based in Frisco, Texas, offers its employees below average salaries for the video game industry, according to more than a dozen current and former Gearbox staff who have spoken to Kotaku over the years. To make up for that, the studio offers something unique: profit sharing. Royalties from all of the developers' games are split 60-40, with 60% going back into the company and its owners, while 40% is distributed to employees in the form of quarterly bonuses. Then, in a meeting, Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford told employees that Borderlands 3 bonus check will be significantly lower than they had hoped, according to 3 people who were present. He said the game has been more expensive than expected, the company had grown significantly larger than it had been in the past, and that their sales projections have been off base.
Oh, Randy.
Oh my God, it's this Gearbox crowd. I swear to God.
Man is a nightmare.
It's mainly Randy, honestly. It really is.
Yeah.
Do you want to know where I first heard of the shady going-ons with Gearbox? Do you remember a certain game called Alien Colonial Marines?
Oh yeah, of course. That was the shadiest. I know exactly what I let you off. I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
So there was funds set aside, obviously, to bring that game and to make something absolutely brilliant. And I think it took, like, I'm going to say over 5 years to develop that game. And what it was it was under Gearbox's kind of umbrella. And then what happened was Gearbox kept handing it off to every Tom, Dick and Harry, and basically used the funds that was meant for that game on Borderlands 2. And as we know, Alien Colonial Marines is probably the biggest disaster next to E.T. in video game history.
There was more than that, though. It's they made that, and at the time this wasn't as common as it is now that you see on E3. They made that bogus trailer. That was like, oh, this is what the game looks like, and none of it was in-game footage. It was all just pre-rendered stuff that they made just to show it off. Oh, this is the game you're getting. That was not the game we got. Let's just say.
I this doesn't seem like a bad thing to me. Just being like the royalty thing and stuff like that. That would be amazing if you got a game that was absolutely blown out of this world, and next thing you're getting royalty checks for the rest of your life. Like, I don't see that bad of a.
I understand that.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, if they signed, if they knew that's what was happening and they signed the contract, they signed the contract. But I just think it's just, I think it's a way of just kind of not paying them what they're due in a way as well. I know what you're saying. If the game goes bad, but Borderlands 3 couldn't have been more successful. Borderlands 3 is one of the most successful.
So maybe they're getting heaps of money then. Like, if it's not the natural norm, I understand. But like, as you said, if they signed a contract and they're up for it, like, they could be making money hand over fist for years and years and years.
That's true.
I'd like to see the contract. Like, if Borderlands 3, say 10, 15 years down the line, they said, we're going to remake this game. Did they get it again? Like, I'd like to see what the contract was there. Do you know, like, the Matrix and stuff like that? I know this is a bit off topic.
I know the Matrix.
It's the same kind of concept. Keanu Reeves actually signed for royalties for that instead of getting paid. And look, that man makes an absolute shit ton of money from that.
It's like George Lucas. It's like George Lucas. He was like, you can have you whoever can make money, but I want the toy rights back in the 70s or the 60s, and he made more money on the toy rights than the movies ever made.
But like, I understand where you're coming from. It's not the norm, or whatever. But if they're grown ass adults. They signed the contract. They signed the contract.
But the problem, Paddy, with what you're saying is nobody really has a problem with the contract. The problem is that they're moving funds around to show less profits, so they have to pay them less.
Oh, is that what it is? Like, maybe
that's the story.
There.
Yeah. Like, people knew what Borderlands 3 had made, and then they jumble around different figures to different accountants to make it seem like the profits
that's the bad part then. That's the bad part then.
Yeah, there's always kind of shadiness in the back. If it was another company, I'd say, look, whatever, like, but it's...
If it was anybody but Randy,
they have the reputation.
Randy Pitchford.
Fair enough.
Hey, do a magic show and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Damn Randy. Hey, this not American.
Hey, did the girl wages?
USB sticks. USB sticks being found that shouldn't have been found, etc. I'll leave it at that. Look into Randy Pitchford.
It was a magic trick.
Just look into it. That's all I'm saying. Just look into it.
We can't get into some of the stuff because it's actually very un-PG, but just look into stuff that Randy has done.
That man's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a disaster. The next bit of news is a good piece of news, guys. Call of Duty have been in the news an awful lot lately with their free Warzone addition to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And a surprise drop of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 story mode has dropped recently. However, there is a snag. It has a 30 days exclusivity for PS4 before making itself over to other systems. So there's that kind of that Activision deal with PlayStation and Sony. We've known about that for a long time. That's been going on for a while. So we have a trailer. We're going to let it play, and we hope you enjoy your the nostalgia from this trailer.
Oh yeah.
Front lines are history. The war rages everywhere. This is a time for heroes. A time for legends.
Drop it!
Place?
This belongs to you, sir.
Let's get to work.
Catch it. He's gonna get away! Break's over. Let's go.
Large numbers of hostiles are converging on your position.
Hang on! Light him up!
No audio.
Sorry, guys, we dropped the audio there. So we were just talking about the Modern Warfare 2 is it looks great. The trailer there. If you played it in the past, you're going to be looking forward to playing that as well. So apologies for that.
What was I saying? What I said was that Call of Duty is after getting a good kick up the backside this last year, and it looks like they're releasing content constantly for it, and it's great to see it. I think they were losing a bit of the grip of the shooting community, and I think they're after trying to take it back a bit, and it's showing this year. A lot of people are loving this year's editions of Call of Duty.
Definitely, Warzone's great.
Still here.
So the next piece of news dropped today, a very, very sad piece of news in the gaming industry. So more bad news has been dropped today from another great title. Naughty Dog have released a tweet and we're going to go over to that tweet right now. So here we are, and it just says a message from us about the delay of The Last of Us Part 2. I'm going to bring that up if I can. So it says, as you've likely just seen, the release of The Last of Us 2 has been delayed. We're sure this news is just as disappointing to you as it is to us. We want to reach out to all of you in our community to give you a little bit more information. The good news is we're nearly done with development of The Last of Us 2. We are in the midst of fixing our final bugs. However, even with us finishing the game, we were faced with the reality that due to logistics beyond our control, we couldn't launch The Last of Us 2 to our satisfaction. We want to make sure everyone gets to play The Last of Us 2 around the same time, ensuring that we're doing everything possible to preserve the best experience for everyone. This meant delaying the game until such a time where we can solve these logistic issues. We were bummed about this decision, but ultimately understood it's what's best and fair to all of our players. We're hoping that this won't be a long delay, and we'll update you as soon as we have any new information to share. We wish you all and your family and your friends the best of health. Thank you for being amazing fans and your continued support. Stay safe, Naughty Dog.
Do we have crying emotes? I can't believe they used the word bummed in a tweet. Let's be honest.
They're hip. They're hip and cool, dude.
We're bummed. Are you bummed? Okay. I'm very, very disappointed. Anyway,
Of course, yeah. I think everybody is.
Because this game is going to be unbelievable. I can't wait for it. And I hope it is. Anyway, it looks like it's going to be unreal. I love how they dive so deep into storylines. It's going to keep happening. I don't know how many more games it's going to happen to, but it's definitely going to happen. If everybody's locked up, there's how many billion? There's over 1 billion people in lockdown at the minute. So how is anything going to get done? Do you know what I mean? If you need
every sport in the world is on hold. So for this, I I can see a lot of this coming, but it bothers me in a way that yes, I want to play this game, but I also, the safety of the workers there is paramount, and
completely understandable.
whatever needs to be done needs to be done.
It's not their fault. It's not Naughty Dog's fault.
No, it's 100%. We just have to deal with it. We have to deal with it, and not just get on.
It's sad, but yeah, it's sad.
It's sad. Let's just play Last of Us 1 again on stream.
Hey,
The world really is giving me an opportunity to actually finish that game.
Jeez,
What?
Kim asked, is it coming out on PC? I don't think it will for a while. No. Did The Last of Us ever come out on PC?
No.
No,
Well,
never.
now that Horizon has it, it opens up the doors for older people.
There's rumors of God of War coming to PC now because they took off the PS4 exclusive on the page or whatever.
I would love to see that game at a higher than 60 frames per second. That'd be amazing.
yeah,
62 at least.
Whoa, Paddy! Whoa,
Oh,
Paddy!
Super Mario is turning 35 this year, and to celebrate, we have rumors indicating that we are getting new Super Mario games, as well as remakes of older titles from the plumber's impressive catalogue of games. Remasters of Super Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy are apparently being bundled into a single Nintendo Switch compilation. What, that is pretty amazing now, in fairness.
It's the best news.
I'm only after reading that now. That's class. And now I have a Switch. Like, I feel like I'm part of the gang. After months of waiting, Switch gang. After months of waiting, it's not Nintendo that has broken the silence about what they're up to, but a series of leaks which seems to confirm the company is planning a new remaster compilation. News began leaking out yesterday from multiple sources that Nintendo is planning to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. With remasters and remakes of a number of old 3D games, with Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, presumably both of them being mentioned by name. And then it just continues and says the details were still a little vague, but now Venture Beats suggests that the games will be released in a single collection, currently referred to internally by Nintendo staff as Super Mario All-Star 2. Now that is a cool name.
Oh, what a name!
Come on,
back into nostalgia.
That's class
right there. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
I don't like it.
Paddy was shocked. Like, these really like this game.
I actually sometimes plug in the old Nintendo and put in the original, Super Mario All Stars and stuff like that. Yeah. And like I was sitting playing it on stream, and you end up looking at an ass because I'm not able to get through it. Like it's very they're difficult games. I know it's like jumping and just hitting stuff, but Mario 64 has to be one of the best Mario games ever. That was an unbelievable game.
My one personally is Super Mario 3, but it's definitely up there.
I'm a huge fan of Galaxy. I love that game so much.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played Galaxy.
Galaxy does some unbelievable stuff with gravity.
I've seen it. I've never actually played it, honestly. I didn't have... Oh, no, I had a GameCube. That was GameCube, right?
No, Galaxy was Wii. Sunshine was GameCube.
I never played either.
I
didn't play either of them.
That was you, was it? I was wondering. I thought it was something. I was like, what do I have playing in the background here? That's just a pen clicking.
Good pen though. You got that freaking 6-color Bic. That's amazing.
Right, man. I've had this since first class.
Extra clicks.
That's how good they are.
First class, when you're allowed to start using a pen. I can write now.
What color do you want?
They didn't let me. I did everything in red.
So yeah, that's really exciting stuff. Like
silence. That's very good. Like Super Mario, like who doesn't know them? Who doesn't love them? Fantastic series of games. Super Mario 3, and then probably Super Mario World was the one after that for the Super Nintendo. It was probably my second favorite. Then,
like, name me a bigger character in gaming than Mario.
I could name you something on par. No,
you can't do it. No, come on.
He's the most famous game character there is.
Let's go.
That story also went on. It talked about the releasing the Wii 3D World game.
Yeah.
And a new Paper Mario. And a new Paper Mario is all I want, especially if it's going to be more like 1,000 years over.
God, you play some amount of games.
I play a lot of games.
Holy shit.
I thought I was bad.
Is there anything Ed does not play?
Sports games.
Sports games.
I do not play sports games. I do not
Nor
play
me.
FIFA at all.
The second part of the report here, sorry, I missed it. It says, this is an addition, so the rumours claim, to, like you said, Super Mario 3D World Deluxe and a new Paper Mario game. VentureBeat claims that the new Paper Mario will be a return to that franchise's roots, after several disappointing sequels and a move away from the style of the first two games, which were relatively traditional Japanese role-playing games. Apparently, the new game is looking to Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door as its primary influence, hopefully in terms of not just the mechanics but the surprising witty writing.
That's one of the best GameCube games ever made.
Awesome. I've never played that one.
Near right.
If you like a funny, well-written game, it's just fantastic.
We're going straight on it now. Straight on it.
And Dolphin plays it excellently.
Shout out. So Xbox games with gold, we have them in for Xbox One and Xbox 360. The Xbox One is getting Project Cars on April the 1st and Knights of Pen and Paper bundle.
Sorry, Project Cars 2.
Sorry, Project Cars 2, John. Apologies for
Project
that.
Yachts.
Thank you.
What the hell is Knights of Pen and Paper bundle?
They're the original mobile games. I like them. They're like dungeon crawling RPGs that take its aesthetic is that you're people playing characters in a tabletop RPG.
Okay.
Cool.
Guess what I won't be playing?
They're fun mobile games.
Okay.
And the Xbox 360 has Fable Anniversary and Toy Box Turbos.
That's pretty cool that they're still getting stuff for the Xbox 360. Backwards compatible Xbox One.
And I suppose just while we're talking about free games, PSN is getting 2 monsters in Uncharted 4, and the second one is Dirt Rally 2. They're coming out for next month. They're going to be absolutely for this month. Sorry, usually coming out around the 4th or 5th, I think.
And throw it out there as well, just real quick as well. I only saw this yesterday. I went onto the store. I'm getting a little bit of feedback.
I'm getting feedback as well.
Yeah, sorry, but there was just a little bit on the store. It was on the PlayStation store that the Elder Scrolls Online is like free for like 2 weeks or something.
Yes.
So that I've never played it, so that might be good to go into.
Would anyone jump on that? I'm afraid.
I would, yeah.
I'm afraid of
If it's
MMOs.
free for a week or two.
What
I'll
is
definitely play Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay,
Yeah. It's free for like a week or two. I can't remember exactly the
I
dates.
always say to anyone playing Elder Scrolls, have you finished it yet? Like, you don't finish Elder Scrolls. I said, why not?
You can get to 808 levels supposedly. Like, that's the cap.
808, baby.
Crap.
Remember you're on about gaming addiction.
There you go. There you go.
Also a really good old school drum sampler.
Aiden bought drums. This little, you showed me a video of it.
Oh yeah, I bought
music.
I bought, but it hasn't arrived yet. If anyone's ever heard of Taiko no Tatsujin,
Yeah, I did.
Every day.
It's a
Of all
rhythm
the
game.
Tatsushins.
Yeah, it's a rhythm game. It's a Japanese rhythm game. It's played on like a taiko drum, which is like a big round. It's like a small round drum, and so yeah, I've got that. I've wanted it for so long, and then I was sitting here one day going, I've spent so little money since I've been
on quarantine.
Cooked up.
And I was like, I'm going to splash out in this drum game. So yeah, that's coming on the 8th. I can't wait.
Awesome.
Nice. We're coming to the best part of the show, lads. Don't shut up, Roland.
It's called the guess. I know.
Paddy's guessing corner. That's it. If you don't marketing at its best, it's pure, simple, and crap. Okay, this week, boys, and you're all. I know you're excited. You're telling me before the show you're excited. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's be all excited. What's happening right now? We're talking about PS3 games and what PS3 games have sold the best. Give me guesses now. What before we start, because I'm going to do it to be the last game. What is the best selling PS3 best game ever?
Are you asking us now?
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay. Anyone else?
The Last of Us.
That's not a bad guess, to be honest with you.
Okay, let's just start. Right, first game. These are all in the millions. I don't want to hear 100,000. Well, no,
Oh shit! That is it.
right, okay. Heavy Rain.
50.
Heavy Rain. 50 million. What?
50,000.
No, not thousands. Millions. Give me millions. Ronan, give me a million here. Come on.
Is
Heavy
this
Rain.
is this like a top top game like that was sold on
Yeah,
the
it's a
PS4
top
or
sale.
PS3.
Well, Heavy Rain, yeah, Heavy Rain was a
Heavy
massive
Rain,
game,
yeah.
yeah.
Class,
Heavy Rain was a
brilliant.
big game.
No, PS3. We're not doing PS4.
No, sorry, that was a mistake by me. Sorry, I didn't mean
You're
to
off,
ruin.
you're off. You're disqualified. John, how many millions did Heavy Rain sell?
I'm going to say 6 million.
Aiden?
I'm going to say 5, and I think that's 5 too many.
Is anyone in the chat going to give a guess? Give us a guess in the chat there before I say it.
1.5.
Okay, so what was the guess again? Ronan said 1.5. John said 6, wasn't it? And then Aiden said what?
5.
5. Okay. Call of Duty. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, we're keeping it suspense.
whoa,
There, you keep
yeah.
it suspense.
Oh,
To the end.
suspense. Oh, yeah, suspense. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I'm supposed to tell you. 3 point. It sold. Heavy Rain sold 3.3 million.
So Aiden gets that one.
Aiden,
Yeah.
as usual, the top man, the top pig. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. How many did that sell? Aiden.
12 million.
I'm getting all mixed up here. I don't know what I'm doing. Ronan.
9.
You.
10. You over there. 10, I'm going to say.
Okay, who was the lowest?
9 for Ronan.
Was none 4.8 million. He's way off.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, 4.8 million. I know he's no idea. So how would you know?
That legitimately shocks me.
Does it?
Yeah. That game was the biggest game in the world when it came out.
Obviously fucking not. Excuse my language. Final Fantasy 13.
Oh.
Aiden.
Oh.
Jesus.
4.2.
Ronan.
6.
John.
3.
John, that was like nearly spot on. 2.97 million.
There you go. One for John.
Who won the Call of Duty? Oh, was it Ronan, wasn't it? Okay.
One apiece, I think.
The last 2 games that's on this list are the 2 top selling games. Okay. Grand Theft Auto 5. What did that sell?
I'll go first, sure. 7 million? That's too low. I didn't like your face there.
Aiden.
Go 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I'm thinking 15.
Okay. 21.3 million. And then Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, what a
the highest-
game! What a game!
Yeah.
Is
Now,
it higher?
It could be higher or lower. I'm not saying.
Oh!
Ronan.
It's
go.
a better game, so I'm hoping higher. I think it's lower by being realistic about it. I think we're going for about 8. I'll go 8 million.
I'll go. I know it's wrong, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the play. I'm going to say it's more, and I'm going to go with 22 million.
Aiden.
I'm going to go for 15, and it's a worse game than 5.
Ooh. Fighting words.
John wins
Definitely
because it's sold 25 million.
Wow.
So it outsold Grand Theft Auto 5. So there you go, guys. Grand Theft Auto 4.
I mean,
is
technically,
sold better than Grand Theft
Very,
Auto 5.
very happy.
Yeah, I don't know why you went 8 million though. It's like, they're on the top 2 there, Ronan.
I was playing it safe.
This week the winner is
5
Ronan.
has continued to sell the same amount every week. Since
Yeah, there you go.
See, Grand Theft Auto 5 probably sold a lot more of their copies because when it went to PS4 and onto the next generations. Yeah.
And it's continued to sell. It was in the British top 10 game sales for like 3.5 years.
Nice. Well, Ronan wins. Ronan,
Sure
here
enough.
is your prize. I'll give it to you after the show.
The pen!
Oh, it's lovely.
A half a can of Coke.
Nice.
Ooh.
Thanks.
Half full.
Ooh.
Half full, not half empty.
There you
Anyone
go.
in the chat that got it right, well done. GTA 4, I'd say 14 million. You're wrong. 30 million. Who's that? Ryan. Madman.
He wasn't that far off. It was 25, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know what he's talking about.
right.
I don't know what he's talking about, so I'm just guessing. That's it for this week's Paddy's Corner. I just renamed the show. It's still a work in progress.
I like it.
Games.
Now,
We do,
so-
we do need to make theme music and just like cut into it every time it's before the.
Yeah. We'll come up with new games. Next week, strip in. Yeah.
Whoa!
So topic of the week, guys, is going to be just about basically mental health awareness. Because we are getting Jigsaw on board, like Paddy said, we are now partnered with them. Paddy is going to be you're going to be interviewing one of the Jigsaw workers tomorrow.
We're gonna have I'm going to have somebody. We're gonna have just a one-on-one interview talking about everything that they're doing and all the work that they're going through at the minute, and how they're might be being hit with funding because of this. And like everybody needs to. I know like COVID-19 is a massive deal, but other charities are still running as well. So it's good to help whatever you can, and all the, especially mental health is such a big deal, and it's coming to the forefront now, and everyone's really realizing that it's a lot bigger deal than a lot of people thought for a long time.
Yeah, and I also think the important thing with mental health and keeping your mental health safe and healthy is by getting good advice. And if you head over, as you can see here on screen, to the Jigsaw website, there is an absolute massive amount of information here. There is sources that you can contact if you are ever feeling a little bit down and you want someone to talk to. It's a great service, and they're really doing amazing things. We are absolutely over the moon that we have them on board, and they're dealing with people with mental health issues that are of a young age. I think what was the age? Is it 15 to 24?
Yeah, I think it's like a 15 to 24. It's for young people that are like they're getting through day-to-day stuff. So like if say like their exams are getting to them, if home life is getting to them, stuff like that, they have somebody to go to talk to, because sometimes it's not as easy to talk to the people around you, because maybe they're the ones that are getting on top of you or something. You just need to let it out with somebody else to give it a different perspective. Sometimes people just need to let loose and get steam off, that kind of, and this is a great place. These are situated all over Ireland, and I know myself that we've had family members that have gone to them in the past. So it's great that we're able to help them now. And a lot of this is directed towards to show what the power of gaming can do. That we can all come together and raise money for such needed funds. We need to help these people.
I think it's good to have services like this, as you were saying, because some people people go through all sorts of stuff, but people seem to sometimes get a stigma when it comes to talking about your mental health. They don't want to 100%. seem like they're weak, or they don't want to annoy other people. Like that's the way people will think. They're like, oh sure, I could talk about this, but sure, who'd listen? That kind of a way. And it's nice to have somewhere that not only can you talk to someone, but you can even get in contact with people who might be going through the same things. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm not alone in the world. I'm actually there might be actually something, there might be people out there who are going through what I can go through that I can talk to. It's a nice to have these like foundations in place.
100%.
So just to kind of get on a kind of a personal level, let's talk about things that we do to look after our mental health. I know because we're in isolation for the last 2 weeks or whatever it's been, everyone is kind of inside and stuck inside, and it can be very, very draining on the mental health. With the field that I work in, I am contacting my students every single day, making sure they're okay, giving them some good advice. And I think it's giving the good advice is really the important aspect. Like, we can all talk about it, but it's actually just being able to give good advice. And two things that I wanted to show you is in the post today. I'm going to bring it up here. In the post today, we got a public health advice leaflet for the COVID-19 pandemic. And in a part of the section it says, keep well during self-isolation. Infectious disease outbreaks like the current coronavirus COVID-19 can be worrying and can affect your mental health. While you may be anxious, there are many things you can do to support and manage your mental health during such times. Keeping yourself mobile by getting up and moving around as much as possible. If you have a garden or a backyard, get out and get some fresh air, but keep more than 2 meters away from other people. Self-isolation can be boring or frustrating. It may affect your mood and feelings. You may feel low, worried, and have sleeping problems. You can go over and you can find so much information as well on yourmentalhealth.ie and also on the HSE website, which is just, this information. What I want people to understand is the information around keeping a healthy mental health is not secret. There is no, there's no secret that people are keeping to themselves. It really is basic, functions of the human body. My number one piece of advice for anyone out there that's suffering is to stay active. If you have a healthy physical body, that will affect your mental health massively, in a massive way. I would recommend for anyone suffering with any sort of mild depression, get out, start going for a walk, start going for a run, and just give yourself a goal to reach. So if you go for a walk, a 5k walk, and you do it in a half an hour, try and do it in 29 minutes the next time, or try and do it a little bit quicker the next time after that.
Give yourself something to focus on.
Yeah, like a lot of times mental health does come about, and this is not the same with everybody, but a lot of the times it does come by, being stuck in the house, not having a goal, not having anything to look forward to, and sometimes it just takes maybe getting a passion or getting a like to something, and just going and doing it. So that's my bit of advice, is to get out and be active.
Nice one.
100%. That's the best way to do, is to get out, be active, and make sure you try to talk to your friends. Have, like, a lot of the time, what I do sometimes, if I'm feeling a bit blue, I probably I like to write stuff down. I like to write what my goals are. I like to write what's going on, get it out of yourself into paper if you're not able to talk to somebody about it. And that really does help me. I don't know if it might help somebody else.
100%, Paddy, and that's a great bit of advice there, because I'm actually going to pull up the actual HSE section on mental health here, and you can get it by just going to hse.ie and then just search for mental health. But you can see here that creative activities that you just mentioned, you can do writing, singing, painting, cooking, playing an instrument, photography, knitting, gardening. It's just all about getting that passion and having something to work towards.
It's like something a focus, a goal, something to focus on. That's why a lot of people say, "Oh, I wish I didn't have to go to work today," or "I wish I didn't have to do that." But people, if they didn't have jobs and it didn't work, would actually be worse, because they don't have to don't focus. Even though we'd all say, "Oh, we'd love to be in the sun and all that, that's great," but you need focus every day. That's what our brains are too complicated not to have something to do. You know what I mean? That's the problem a lot of people have. Even now, I know there's older people in the generation that are like 70, 75, and they're stuck in the house now, and they're really stuck. Like, they're not to go out anywhere. And then poor people have been doing this stuff their whole lives, and like, it's hard for them. And I wish I could reach out and tell them. And maybe reading's a good one, writing, I said singing, doing something just to focus yourself and take yourself out of your brain.
Yeah,
hobbies are so important.
But be creative. Yeah, be creative. Like, do hobbies. Funnily enough, it's one of the reasons why I started my other channel, was because I was living in Kilkenny. Just to get slightly real for a second, I was living in Kilkenny when I was working. I was living on my own. I didn't know anybody in Kilkenny. And I was getting very, very, very secluded. And I used to just be in my house. I used to just do work, be awake for a few hours, go to bed, not talk to anybody. And that was like my whole week. And then I got to a point where I wasn't even going home on the weekends. I was just staying down in Kilkenny. Yeah. And it had a massive toll on my mental health. And like I had like kind of a very small, acute, like kind of mental breakdown, to the point that I just quit my job. I had enough. I knew if I stayed doing that routine for too long, who knows? So I just kind of quit my job and I kind of reset. But I could completely understand how people could be feeling right now if they're on their own. They feel like they have nobody to talk to. That's why social media, especially now, is so important. People do give up on social media and get off your phone and, go outside and take a walk. Why do you all this generation, blah, blah, blah. But it's so important that people don't understand that there's people out there that's how they talk to people. That's how they talk with their friends a lot. And exactly, that would be their outlet. And like, just be creative. Try, if you can, like I'm doing the whole do a video every day thing, just to kind of put a smile on people's faces. And just if there's something you're good at, just try and get better at it. Maybe keep your mind off it. And I'm not exactly a psychiatrist, so everything I'm saying mightn't be exactly what the right thing to say.
No, dude, you don't need to be a psychiatrist.
That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it. Try and pick tasks, do stuff that you enjoy, get better at it. And I'll make sure you always keep in contact with your friends and families if you can, because it's so important just to talk to people.
Yeah, that's it. There's always something to talk as well.
One thing I would like to add is purge your social media accounts. Go through, find the people that make you happy and keep them, and the people that the people that exhibit negative emotions when you think about them, get rid of them.
Amazing piece of advice right there.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, I was on Twitter and I was like, I see a couple of people pop up. I was like, these people do nothing but make me annoyed when I see them.
Yeah.
Purging all of
Donald
that.
Trump. Yeah, I know.
Things like that. People that talk about the things, people that bring up the politics you don't like, any of that. When they're all gone, the internet's such a nicer place.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is Twitter after all. Is there any good things on Twitter? I don't know.
Yeah. There is. My Twitter's now full of people talking really nicely about wrestling.
Yeah.
And Naughty Dog cancelling games. I was going to say a bad word there, but I won't.
I'm the first one to do it. I said don't do it, and I did it myself.
Look, guys, it's at the end of the day, there is mental health out there that is, it needs to be looked at by an expert and helped, with an expert, a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and I think people in those situations, I hope they do find help, because it can be very hard if you're anxious at home to actually be able to look at yourself and say, I need to get fixed, I need to help myself. But honest to God, if you are sitting at home and you are stressed, or if you're worried, just jump into the Republic of Players community. You will find the most honest to God, the most positive people. Like, there is no bad blood between anyone. Like, a lot of those people I have never met face to face, and I feel like I know them. I think having a community like that can really help your mental health. Again, always continue to look after it, because it's health at the end of the day. You need to keep your mental health.
It's as important as your physical health.
100%, 100%,
100%.
and I think the two of them go side by side as well. To be honest, Paddy, like, I think people know that if you go for a run, you get chemicals get rushed to the head. Your mood instantly changes, and you feel like you've accomplished something. And it is science, but it's something that we all know happens. So. Honestly, if you're at home and you just need to get out, just go and do it, because I guarantee you the first time you do it will be the hardest. You will want to go after. You'll want to go out, and because you'll feel so good after that.
There's actually a great, if anyone's ever seen the show BoJack Horseman, there's a fantastic line in that show where BoJack basically goes out, he's like in his 50s, he wants to start getting back fit, and he goes for a run, and like he basically runs slightly down the block, absolutely collapses, he's down on the floor like this, like absolutely dying, and a lad just looks over him and he goes, "It gets easier." And he goes, "Huh? It gets easier, but you've got to do it every day."
Yeah, there you go.
Your health is your wealth.
So I suppose I just want to bring up as well, just the HSE website here have like the advice that you should definitely follow, but it's not the be all and end all. But definitely go by these first and foremost, and if these don't work, then try and look for further help. So it says here, to address stress, just be active. Okay, so again, to exercise, walk around your garden, do some push-ups, some press-ups, just do something that you feel an achievement. Take control of any problems that you have. I think that's a massive one as well. People lose that control, and I think that's when anxiety kind of starts to build. You don't feel like you're in control anymore. Connect with people. We've mentioned Republic of Players, absolutely brilliant place to connect with gamers and people that are into the same stuff that you are. Have some me time. Again, people are on their own, but actually, use that time to meditate or to do something that is healthy for the head. Challenge yourself. I think we've all tried to challenge ourselves in the past couple of years, tried to build Republic and try to get ourselves, with this podcast up and running. Avoid unhealthy habits. That's a massive one. I mean, alcohol, smoking, caffeine, all really bad for the mental health. So try and cut down on those. I know sometimes it's difficult. Help other people. Another massive one. Talking about, like, a lot of this stuff is community based. You know what I mean? So work smarter, not harder. Try to be positive. Accept the things you can't change. And just try and look after it. Try and continue. Even if you're sitting at home saying, I have the most healthiest mental health ever, just continue to do whatever you're doing, because you never know, if you let it slip, you never know where you might be. So just honestly look after it. I work in an environment where I'm dealing with people every day that have really really deep mental health issues, and there is a way out for everyone, and I've seen it with my own eyes. There is a way out for the deepest, darkest forms of depression ever. So keep fighting that good fight. Do never ever give up, because if you give up, that's it. There's no future, and you need to look forward to the future and try and change and do everything you can to change, and it will change.
Legitimately, 100%. Like I have to say, and that this is patting you on the back here, boys. Like, finding ye and becoming a part of this group, like, I'm a completely different person than I was 2 years ago. So I actually do want to genuinely thank you for that.
Thank you, John.
No problem.
You're an absolute legend amongst the group. So we're glad to have you as well.
Thank you.
The Republic of Players has to be the most positive internet group I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Good.
Genuinely.
That was our main goal. It's a zero tolerance on negativity, and I think it's came through. I've done it. You won't even notice, but I purged so many people off it sometimes. Just going through, and if I see something that I think that this lad is continuously doing something, he's just gone. I don't even say anything, because that's the best way it is. As you said, purge the negative people around, because game environments are full of it. If you go to there's some groups on Facebook that I'd be a part of. Like, it could be Fortnite, it could be Tarkov, it could be anything, and all you see is someone going asking for advice, and all they get is "get good" or "you're shit" or this, "you're bad." What are you doing here? What's the point being a part of it if that's all you get? There's no interaction. There's no nothing.
I would name and shame the most toxic community I'm a part of, and there's a community called Cover Band Central.
Called what?
Cover Band Central, and it's a worldwide group for people playing cover bands. And holy God, are they bad? It's the most bitter, awful people.
But I think when you say that, bitter, awful people, I think what happens there, Aidan, is anyone steps into that group, becomes a part of that negativity, and then that negativity is the cool thing to do. And then all of a sudden, if you're good in any way, you get thrown down for that, because what's this positive guy doing here? Like,
echo chambers are powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
I find a lot of them groups get out of hand. What happens is it gets up to like 10,000 people or something, and next thing there's no mods left anymore, and the group is just let go, and everyone, they're running it themselves. You know what I mean? Next thing you get everyone, like, there's people that make profiles on Facebook just to be trolls. Let's face it. They just come in and say whatever they want to say. Like, I've had loads of them before. I have a lad there that's following me to all my pages, that's just trying to wind me up all the time. I blocked him on everything, but he keeps coming back. And I was like, get a life, dude. You know what I mean? I don't care about this. Stop. Just leave me alone.
Jerry says you should check the FIFA forums. I well believe it.
FIFA. Play a FIFA match. Have
there you go.
On a microphone.
People take that game real seriously.
Yeah. I never do.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, never.
Last piece of advice: just be cool to each other.
Yeah,
just be cool. Be nice, to be cool. Be cool to each other. You don't know what's going on else in someone else. You don't know what's going on else in someone else's life. It could be better or worse than yours, but it doesn't make a difference. You should just be nice to each other.
And honestly, I know this is such like a primary school thing that they say, but it's true. Like, trolls, the best medicine is just ignore them. Don't feed the trolls.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately. Okay, block them, as Aidan said, and ignore them. Don't even talk back to them. They're looking for a response. They're looking for a response.
No.
You'll actually feel upset with yourself if you bite.
Yeah.
It'll just put you down a rabbit hole that it'll just be negativity after negativity, and it's hard to get out of. So guys,
I hope next week that we have more news to talk about than COVID-19. Who's sick of talking about it?
Let's make a COVID-free show next week
if it's possible.
If there's not more delayed gays, we call it that shall not be named.
Oh my God! Next week will be with Eve, where I'm waiting for Final Fantasy VII to unlock.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so exciting.
And the 24-hour stream as well. So we got a lot of work to do this week, boys.
Yeah. So again, just with the big announcements before we jump off, Andy Tinkerbell has joined the team. All-Cast Irish Gamers. We're so happy to have those guys on, and I just know with those coming on, more will follow. So watch the space, as they say. The FIFA tournament that's happening this weekend on the Republic of Players community. Please just jump in, support your friend if he's in the competition, or if you are doing it, let your friends know. Come in and join the Republic of Players community.
We'll have to stream more to the Republic of Players channel. We're after losing our stars because you don't stream to the page.
Yeah, I seen that as well. Yeah, the 4 hours are.
I have to do it more. I've been doing a lot of Twitch. That's the problem, but I'll get back on streaming some nights to the Republic. Maybe do some Jackbox or something.
We both kind of went over to Twitch all of a sudden, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I think it's because I'm just I'm not on holidays, but I'm out of work, and my stream time, I don't want anyone I know coming in.
I'm not streaming. This is work. Roland's logged into the online server.
Yeah, a little midday. I'm on my lunch.
It's my lunch. 3 hours later. This is a long lunch.
I got a couple of messages today, and one of them was Paddy. I was like, I can't have a free stream in peace.
I rang him during the
right, I'll come off. But
I
no,
stream it too. It's fine.
but it's you know, Twitch is a good platform, but we do want to start streaming to the community again. That you will see, you know, the streaming kind of side of things really get pushed with Anti-Tinkerbell coming on and giving us that direction. And the Allcast will be bringing some of their amazing content. And, you know, we're looking forward to having them on. Maybe they'll join us on the podcast and tell us their plans.
Pat says, I hate Twitch, it never works for me. Pat, that's because your internet is run by a hamster. That's exactly the reason. Mine was the same when it was bad. I couldn't watch anyone. It really annoyed me. You really need good internet to watch Twitch. Like,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it streams pretty.
It's bad. Just to watch it.
So, guys, without further crack, we will tell the good folks where they can find us and get the hell out of here. Aidan, where can the good folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter.
Let's get this out of the way.
Get out of the way quick.
MC.
I'm sorry.
I've set up my Twitch account. It's Spartan616 Aiden.
Yeah.
And if you want to find me chatting about, also I'm not writing on for the Republic of Players.
There you go.
If you want to find me talking about anime, I'm on the show Owen Podcast. SHOWOWENEN.
Awesome.
Nice.
John Fogarty, where can the good folks find you?
The good folks can find me, first and foremost, over at The Republic. They can find me on the YouTube channel. I have the Dark Souls randomizer episode 3 nearly done, maybe tomorrow or Saturday, up on the channel.
Nice.
Other than that, you can find me at 2O for Gaming. That's TOOOLD for Gaming.
You forgot
And I didn't. Not me.
No, you better know.
You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, everything. The YouTube channel, just very quickly, I'm pushing this thing on my YouTube channel at the minute. During the lockdown, I've decided to do like a video a day, and it's kind of like I'm not doing like a series. I'm not doing like, I'm going to play Resident Evil for 2 weeks. I'm trying to do something kind of
Different
fun and
every
different
day.
every day.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. So make sure you check it out, because if you're bored during the lockdown.
Yeah.
Awesome.
100%.
Paddy Toner.
Pat, Jesus.
I was going to call you Patrick.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
Patrick
Toner.
You're family now. Just to say thanks to everyone that's joining the team, and thanks to everyone that's making content for us. We're pushing this forward big time lately, and thanks for Insomnia for letting us post to their great channel.
Yeah,
it's great to be associated with such a good convention. You can find me at the Republic of Players. If you want to contact me by email, it's paddyt@therepublicofplayers.com. You can find me in the community. You can find me streaming on Twitch, maybe on Facebook. Again, look out for competitions, and thanks. Good night.
Awesome. Also, you can find me on the Republic of Players. Like I said, we're going to be pushing that FIFA tournament this week. The 24-hour stream next week for Jigsaw, that Jigsaw fundraiser. And we're hoping to bring on a lot of content creators, streamers, and maybe just some of the community who want to come on and play video games with us. So I have been your host, Ronan Fox. Well, we're all hosts. Let's face it. We're all good enough to host this at this stage.
Go on the lads.
I've been promoted.
Yeah, there you go. Catch me on just check. The only one that I want to push this time around is just the Instagram page, the Alpha Fox. Check me out on there. I really like that that platform just for throwing up clips. And we're going to be continuing doing the same thing here next week. We're going to be
same bat channel, same bat time.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks a million to everyone that joined us. We've had a lot of people that came in to comment and view the show. If it's your first time, make sure you head over to the Republic of Players community and follow that amazing channel. I think we've said enough about that. You just go over and be a part of something amazing. We're coming up in the world, and we will talk to you very soon. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Bye.
Good night.